Do the time management, make a schedule, do look at notes that you've prepared so that you ensure that all points have been covered, and change. Try to come up with new words as you start answering the question while retaining the same meaning. That's the requirement of the question. Okay, most importantly, make sure that you answer all the questions within the 1 minute time. Hello and welcome to the sixth episode of this IELTS video training series. In today's video, I am going to again assess the performance of an IELTS candidate on IELTS Speaking Task 2. In the previous video, you can see how I had evaluated the performance of the IELTS candidate. For today's video, firstly, I have mentioned the prompt for which the IELTS candidate was supposed to respond. The IELTS question prompt is in the description below. Do check it out. I am also reading it out to you people so you can exactly know what the IELTS candidate was supposed to speak on. The question was, describe a piece of art you like, and you should say what the work of art is, when you first saw it, what you know about it, and explain why you like it. So as you can see, there is basically one question, but there are 4 parts in it. And you are supposed to answer each of the 4 questions individually in that 1 minute time that you are given. The question is also written in the description so you can check it out. Now let's play the tape so you can know how the IELTS candidate answered this question.
The work of art is a beautiful design or monument or a paint, picture or of any kind of artistry done in memory of a loved one or to demonstrate nature or to in the memory of someone loved. So in my opinion, for me, the Taj Mahal is an work of art for me, and I first saw it when I was a very little age. I was like at the age of 6 when I went to Agra to see the Taj Mahal, and at the first glance, I just fell in love with the building. It's a white marble building, made from white ivory stone, and the main mosque or the main mosque is the centered and like surrounded by 4 pillars. So and it's built by Shah Jahan in the Mughal age. Mughal Empire. Shah Jahan has built it in 1632, and it started 1632, and it took 11 years, 1643. It got completed. He made it in the memory of her beloved wife Mumtaz Begum. So she was a Persian princess, and Shah Jahan loved her very much. She was one of the wives of Shah Jahan, whom empire loved very much. So at her death, at her demise, he made it in uh, uh, to, uh, in memory of
Okay,
her
okay, okay. Now I
demise.
think we should
And
stop the tape. She
I
has
got
already gone way overboard. She was supposed to speak just for 1 minute, but she has spoken exactly for 4 minutes and 52 seconds. I have not played the whole tape in front of you. I have just played the first 2 minutes and 8 seconds. But the fact is, whatever she said in the first minute, only that counts. Whatever she said afterwards doesn't count because the examiner will just stop her and start asking her the next question. So let's see what she said in just the first minute. I'm replaying the tape so you can know what she had said in the first minute.
The work of art is a beautiful design or monument or a paint, picture or of any kind of artistry done in memory of a loved one or to demonstrate nature or to in the memory of someone loved. So in my Okay, for me, the Taj Mahal is an work of art for me, and I first saw it when I was a very little age. I was like at the age of 6 when I went to Agra to see the Taj
50
Mahal,
seconds over.
and at the first glance, I just fell in love with the building. It's a white marble building. Um,
Okay, enough. So here the first minute ends up. So let's see whether she answered all four questions or she missed out certain questions. The questions were, I have basically made my notes so that I don't forget to convey any important point to you. So I'll be looking at my computer screen as I speak to you. The question was, you should say what the work of art is. She said that it's the Taj Mahal that has inspired her. Here's the notes that I have made in response to her speech. She used half of her time defining what an artwork is, whereas in the first of the four questions, she was supposed to tell what artwork has she chosen for the speech. Meaning, she was just supposed to say that she has chosen Taj Mahal for this question, whereas she kept defining an artwork. She gave a comprehensive definition of artwork in the first 30 seconds, whereas she should have used the first 30 seconds to answer the first two questions, because there are four questions and there's 1 minute in total. So she should have planned her answers in a way that she allocates only 15 seconds to one answer. She gave a comprehensive definition of artwork in the first 30 seconds, which doesn't even answer her first question. So that was wrong. That was time mismanagement. She could have simply said that she had chosen Taj Mahal, which is a wonderful and magnificent building constructed by Shah Jahan in Agra. That would have answered the first question in like 15 seconds or so. Then she did answer the second question actually. The second question was when you first saw it. So she did answer it, saying that she first saw it when she was 6 years old. But guess what? 50 seconds out of the 60 total seconds had already passed by the time she had said it. So do you think that she could manage to answer the last two questions in the remaining 10 seconds? Definitely not. It was just not possible. She used 50 seconds to answer the first two questions. She could not use the remaining 10 seconds to answer the last two questions. She did answer the third question a bit. The third question was what you know about it. And in response to this, she says that it was built by Shah Jahan for his beloved wife, and she also described its structure. But all of this happened after that 1 minute time. So this simply, alas, this doesn't count. Finally, she also answers the fourth question. The fourth question was, and explain why you like it. She does answer the fourth question, but again, in the fourth or the fifth minute of the speech she had recorded, she said she explains the reasons for liking it in the answer to the fourth question, saying that the structure impresses her. And she likes its architecture and the materials used in it. But again, all this happens after the 1 minute time, so it doesn't count. So what actually counts is whatever she said in the first minute, and that was only the answers of the first two questions. So obviously, you can simply deduct half of the marks because she didn't attempt half of the questions. She only answered the first two questions. So I will give a 4 to this speaking test because of the simple reason that the candidate hasn't answered the last two questions. He has only answered half the questions. So half of 9 is 4.5, and then again she made certain grammar mistakes for which I deducted 0.5 band as well, and I finally gave her a 4. The reasons I deducted her 0.5 band was she said Taj Mahal is an work of art. You never use an with non-vowels. W is a non-vowel. Work. W is a non-vowel, and she's using an with it, so that's wrong. She should have said it is a work of art, but she said it is an work of art. And secondly, she says when I was a very little age. That is wrong. She should have said when I was of a very little age. She missed out this of in between was and so I'm deducting marks for this as well. Then finally she says her beloved wife Mumtaz Begum, saying that Shah Jahan built it in memory of his beloved wife. She should have used his for him, but she used her for him. Besides this, she also repeated certain ideas. There is a bit of repetition of ideas, a bit of grammatical mistakes. So that's what I'm deducting, only zero point 0.5 band. But alas, she answered all the questions, but yeah, that simply doesn't count. The examiners stop you when the 1 minute time is over. It is very important to manage your time effectively when you are giving the IELTS speaking test task 2. Uh, you should keep in mind that there are 4 questions to answer, and you shouldn't take more than 15 seconds to answer one question. Here are some tips that you can use to improve your band in IELTS speaking task 2. Firstly, when you are given a 1 minute time to prepare your notes, come up with quick answers to all of the 4 questions in your notebook, and have a glance at your notebook every 15 seconds. Definitely you'll only use the clock of your mind because you'll not have any clock in front of you. So it'll just be an estimation, but do look at your notes to make sure that you are covering all the points that you had prepared before. As you start answering the questions, do not, or at least try not to use the exact words of the questions. For example, the first question was what the work of art is, right? One way of answering is the work of art I have chosen is, but then you are copying the question's words, the work of art is, right? Don't answer it like this. You can answer it like the artwork I am inspired by is, right? You are introducing new words here. The artwork I am inspired by is. So all of this is leading to the answer of the question, but again, the words are different from what are used in the question statement. So that is impressive. Secondly, when you first saw it, this is the second question. One way of answering is, first I saw it, but then that's like copying the question's words. Don't do this. What you should do is, the first time I came across it was when I was 6 years old. You're again saying the first time I saw it, but you are using different words for it while retaining the meaning. That shows that you have depth of vocabulary and wealth of information. So you can use different words to convey the same idea. So that is what impresses the examiner. You can say the first time I came across is this age. Then the third question is what you know about it. One way of answering is, I know about it that it was constructed by Shah Jahan and blah blah blah. But then you're copying again the words of the question. You can say instead, I am aware of the fact that Shah Jahan constructed it. Now I am aware is different from I know. So that is good. The fourth question is, and explain why you like it. One way of answering is again, is I like it because, but don't say this. You can say certain features that I like it for include its marble structure and its excellent features like the gardens, the water hose and everything. You can say some of the qualities that I like it for. So that will be a different start to the answer than what the question suggests. But again, it will exactly be the answer of the same question. So these were some quick tips for you as you answer the questions. This was my assessment. I give her a 4 out of 9 in this task. If you want to have your performance assessed by me, you can post to my WhatsApp group, whose link I'm giving in the description below. Every day I share questions for speaking and writing tasks, and my students or the group members respond to them. And I choose the first of the responses to make a video on, and I assess their spoken and written tasks. If you want your performance assessed, do respond to the questions that I post in my WhatsApp group. Again, I've given its link in the description below. And if you want me to assess your written tasks, your essays, you can post them to my Facebook group, again, whose link I'm giving below. I have given below the link of my WhatsApp group, my Facebook group, as well as my Facebook page. So join my groups, like my page, subscribe to this channel to stay updated on the latest videos of this excellent video series. So this was all for today. Until next time, take care.